Yeah, so my name is Alexis. I'm 25 years old. I live in Asheville, North Carolina. I found out about weight loss medications through TikTok actually back in about November of 2022. And just out of fear, never started in November 22. I was nervous. There was a lot of false media on it. It was kind of just breaking ground at that time. So I ended up filling a box with my insurance and never doing it. I let it kind of sit in my fridge. And in February, that's when I started. I kind of got to a point where I was like, I'm 24 years old. I just found out I'm type 2 diabetic. I'm 286 pounds and I have to change something. I can't continue to live the rest of my life like this. And I knew that I had to make a change if I wanted to be happy. And that's when I started my journey on February 8th of 2023. So when I started my journey, I actually got pretty lucky. I only had side effects probably my first two injections. I had some weird muscle soreness in my neck and a little bit of indigestion, and I never had a single side effect ever again. I only ended up having positive side effects like reduced inflammation. It helped my PCOS system, symptoms. It helped just so many different things. My A1C went down. I lost weight, of course. So I only noticed positive side effects, I would say. I didn't really have many negative in the beginning. I did end up having to get my gallbladder removed due to rapid weight loss, not at fault of the medication, simply due to the fact that I lost 122 pounds in 50 weeks. So I did end up having to have emergency cholecystectomy to get my gallbladder out. So toward the kind of end of my journey with the maintenance, when I kind of started maintaining my weight and wanting to stay at the weight that I ended, I did end up having a little bit of like issues with like constipation and feeling really full all the time. So when Biocare reached out to me, it was kind of perfect because one of the things that it ended up helping me with was that really full feeling in my stomach to where I felt like I was going to be sick if I took another bite of food. It kind of got rid of that and settled my stomach. And also it made it so I wasn't having to take things like Miralax and like basically like not full on like a laxative, but it is a laxative basically daily. So I just take Biocare now. So I feel like Biocare has really helped with the gut health aspect of it. I think I was the first creator that Biocare actually ended up signing because they reached out to me in December, and I've absolutely loved it because I told them when they reached out to me, I said, I won't promote you unless you send me some for free so that I can try it and see if I like it. Because it's just my audience is based on, just trust and integrity. And they like the fact that I'm really blunt and honest. That's kind of my thing. So I tried it and I absolutely loved it. And it really, really helped my stomach. And, taking things like Miralax and laxatives daily is not good for you. So finding an alternative that isn't bad for my body was really, really just a blessing. And I've just felt better than ever. So I have tried it with like coffee. Someone told me to try it with coffee. So I did end up mixing the BioCare into coffee and it was pretty good. It tastes like a mocha. Like I did it with espresso, so it tastes like a mocha espresso drink if I had to describe it. I ended up mixing it with like a little bit of milk to essentially make it like a chocolate flavor, and then I put it in coffee. Yeah, this weight loss journey has totally changed my life in more ways than one. I weigh less now than I did when I was 12 years old. So I would say it has drastically changed my life in that way. I have less pain. I can do things now. My family, I grew up overseas, so my family and I like to travel a lot. And it was always hard traveling, being younger, and not being able to do as much as everybody else. Like, oh, let's go on a hike. I can't really do that. I'm like 286 pounds. I get tired easily. And just the pain in my knees, the pain in my feet, having energy and having the motivation to want to hang out with friends and make friends. As I got older and out of school and out of situations where you can easily make friends, I had a really hard time finding friends because I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't feel the motivation to meet people because I was so insecure with how I looked, and I despised the way I felt, and I had a lot of health problems. I was constantly sick, constantly going to the doctor, constantly in the hospital for one thing or another, whether it be like a cold putting me on my butt for way longer than it should have. My immune system has gotten better, which is very odd, I would say. I used to get sick 6, 7 times a year. And I would have to miss work, and I have just found that life is so beautiful, and I almost feel guilt for wasting 25 years being miserable, but I did it to myself. I hated myself, so I hated the life that I lived. I didn't find joy in anything. I was a pretty miserable person, and I have had the best year of my life, to be totally honest with you. Like, this has been the best year of my life. I have done so much. I have made a family on TikTok, and I've also been able to, make a money. So I moved into a house and all by myself, left a boyfriend, and it's totally changed my life. And I truly like the way I look now, which is insane to say. And I've made friends, and I am truly content with the life that I have thanks to this medication. Considering getting on a GLP-1 medication, whether that be a compound GLP-1 medication or brand name, whatever works for you, whether you have insurance or not. My biggest thing would be, one, to not be scared and just try it, because you can always stop. If you try it and you don't like it, you do not have to ever do another shot again. And that's what I told myself when I started, and it was the best decision that I ever made. I would also say, another trick would be to really just do a high protein diet. I feel like that's the consensus around the TikTok space too, that we've all found, is that a high protein diet is life changing on this medication. And I think it has to do with the fact that when you're losing this amount of weight, you can lose muscle, and your body feels bad when you are depleted from nutrients, which is why I preach Biocare so heavily. Is it does have the protein, it has the nutrients, it has the magnesium to help with your stomach, it has the probiotics. And the biggest thing when you're, cutting calories is you're getting a lack of nutrition. That's just a fact when you're losing weight. And that's why you lose hair, and that's why you lose muscle, and that's why you're tired. So if you can lose weight and prevent all of those things by getting enough protein and getting enough nutrients, you will have a seamless journey. And I think that's why I didn't have side effects, and why I didn't lose half a head of hair, because I really focused on nutrition and protein. It was just harder before Biocare because I would have to make sure I ate literally purely protein and took maybe 20 vitamins. Now I take like five vitamins and Biocare. So that's really nice to have. And I also just want to tell people to give yourself grace. Everybody's different. Not everybody's going to lose 20.7 pounds in a month like I did. That's, I'm just to remind people I am 25. Young people tend to lose weight a little faster. I find that people like to compare their journeys and they get upset with themselves if they're not losing, 3 pounds a week, 4 pounds a week. Everybody's going to be different. Even a pound a week, half a pound a week, 0.1 pound a week, it is something. And to just give yourself grace and not be too hard on yourself.